So if I'm in focus up here, I can get up back here and get some focus and get a focus over here. So having a beard is great for focus peaking. What's up, guys? So today we're gonna do a quick video. I've got some new equipment over the weekend. I got a Ninja Assassin. So I picked up some ninja skills. But what I'm doing is I'm recording this in the RX0. And I'm looking at my screen right here, and I can tell that if I'm right here, this part of my beard is in focus. If I go all the way up here, it's kind of in focus too, a little bit. So anyway, I'll show you the Ninja. You're gonna get dizzy. You ready? There it is, guys. See if I can wave at myself. I can high five. So all that said, guys, is I have a 4K RX0 setup now. So what is that going to allow me to do? I don't even know yet. But if you think about it, the RX0 is a tiny little camera that doesn't weigh much that I can put places. So, like me driving in my car, I've had situations where I've put my Canon EOS M6 hanging off of my windshield, and I'm like, I hope my windshield doesn't break, because that suction cup is like pulling down every time the camera moves. So what this setup will allow me to do is it'll allow me to put my Sony RX0 on the windshield, which doesn't weigh much, and it'll be pretty stable with my car. So as my car goes over bumps, the camera will go over bumps too, so a need for stabilization, which the Sony RX0 doesn't have, isn't there. And then I'll just run an HDMI cable, and I'll set my monitor in my passenger seat, or mount it on the dashboard somewhere. But this is going to let me take this camera and put it in tiny little places, like put it next to my product review. And so, like as I'm doing a multicam shot, I'll be able to have 4K footage, close-up footage of the product that I'm reviewing or the product I'm unboxing or whatever. And then my drone footage, like, you know, it might be kind of cool. Because this camera's so small. Now the screen's a little big and it's red. It has a red bumper on it, but I could take the red bumper off of it, or I could put it in a sling bag and put it on my back. So there's ways to hide that little screen. But I think it's also going to be like a nice kind of handheld rig, where I'm not worried about a fragile screen ripping off my Canon EOS M6, or you know, there's just a lot of fumbling around that I do that I don't necessarily need to do with this setup. It'll be good for B-cam. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff about this setup. But since I just got it over the weekend, I don't know how to use it yet. So we're gonna play around with it this week, get some ideas as to how to use the different types of footage that I can record. Something I'm really excited about this, you guys know that I edit video in Final Cut Pro. Well, what this allows me to do is straight out of the HDMI cable into the Atomos Ninja Assassin, I can record ProRes video. And what that means is once I take that ProRes video, once I take the hard drive out of the Ninja, I can plug it into my computer, and I can edit the footage that's on the hard drive without having to pre-render it in Final Cut Pro, or like having to do anything with it. So I can leave the footage where it's at, edit my video, and when I go to export it, it'll pull the footage off of that hard drive, render the file, send it up to YouTube, and I don't have to use any processing, or I don't have to use any hard drive space on my laptop. So that's pretty exciting as far as my mobile kit goes. So got the monitor over here, and I'm looking at you here. I got to figure out how to get them on top of each other so I can kind of look at the same place all the time. But I can tell right now that my mustache is in focus, which is something that I wasn't able to do yesterday with my RX0. Something the RX0 does is it has facial recognition, but once you hit record, it kind of locks that focus point in. But if I don't hit the record button, I've got facial recognition and it's moving around with my face. So Sony's not the best when it comes to facial recognition or changing focus, but once it's focused, it's crispy. So let me know in the comments how crispy this video is. And I don't have any microphones or anything plugged up to it. All I've done is I've put my RX0 on a tripod, and I've put my Atomos Ninja Assassin on a tripod, and I've hooked them together with the HDMI cable. That's all I've done. No special microphones. It's on a rainy day. There's a lot of noise going on. So I'll be interested to see if you can hear me or not. I can see that you can hear something. But without headphones in my face, I can't tell whether you're just hearing wind noise or you're hearing cars driving over puddles or if you're hearing me. So, but the microphones on the RX0 are pointed straight at me. So hopefully you're getting sound from this direction. There's a road right behind you. Well, there's a parking lot and then a road, but it's a tiny parking lot. So, but there's gutters right next to you. So let me know in the comments how this sounded, and catch you on the next video, guys. Blessings.
Break away.